All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me this morning. If there's anything this COVID-19 has taught us, corporate ag and the government do not belong in agriculture. Corporate ag does not work here. Did you ever think in America that you would see grocery stores missing food on the shelves, rationing food, at the same time farmers are being told to dump their milk, plow their root crops, and produce crops under, or piles of them just spoiling at the edges of fields and they're spreading them back on fields, or livestock in lots, finished, ready to go, but because of no processing, they can't get to the market and there's no price. Milk, 12, 16 bucks local price. What? You would be money ahead on a dairy farm to just turn the cows out on pasture, dry them up, and sit in the house. You'd be money ahead. At least you wouldn't be losing money on the cows every day and working for nothing. That is bunk. I mean, 90 cent on fats. The local auction place is still open, but there ain't an animal coming in because their markets have tanked so bad. There's not a single animal coming in. Corn and beans, who gives a crap? Corn and beans can sit in the bin until the price comes up. But what are you going to do when you got animals that are finished and ready for the market? You can't just sit on them animals for 6 months and go, oh, we'll just ride this out. Like, hell no. That you're spending a couple dollars a day per head or whatever you're feeding out, that varies whether you're finishing a chicken or a steer. If they're ready to go to market, you can't just sit on them for 6 months. That's crazy. And what are the milk guys? If I was a milk guy or as a beef guy, I just go to the people in the community, like, there's a steer on the lot, who wants it? Gone. Sold instantly. If I had milk, I'd be going around town, $1 a gallon, support local. Corporate ag don't work. We need to get rid of subsidized crop insurance. We need to get rid of all these stupid welfare programs coming down from the government. We need to go back to farming like we did for hundreds and thousands of years. Farmers in an area grew food for that area. If our high school needs food, the farmers around it grow it. We don't need processed food to come in. They can sell them meat, potatoes, root crops, and vegetables. And dairy. That's pretty easy. They don't need a soda pop vending machine. That you know what I mean? A high school could run quite well. And looking at the health of our nation and my gut shows that America, we are not producing a quality food. We are producing just nutritionless garbage. Look at society. Look at the health statistics. Look at the numbers that are coming out of our population in America. Clearly, the corporate structure of getting a product, whether it's a livestock or a crop, from start to finish as fast as possible with the most gains as possible to try so the corporate can make more money at the expense of the farmer, at the expense of the small town, at the expense of the society's health and the consumer. And so this is awesome that the consumer is demanding and of each other to support local farms. I will not listen to a corn and soybean farmer complain about how we need China and because otherwise we'll have no soybean meal to sell and stuff like that. I will not even, buddy. We will go to the parking lot, I'll tell you that. Support local, support USA, support Canada, support German, European. It's just, we gotta stop supporting Walmart and China and these Cargills and Tyson's and JBS and Smithfield. We just gotta stop supporting them places. We gotta make quality food for our neighborhood. And it is so exciting to see when you talk to other farmers that are already retailing, how their market just exploded. They are just out of product right now. And the consumers are loving it and the farmer is loving it. And so it is awesome to see so many great posts on social media about, a consumer like, hey, I got bacon from Bob's farm, That is how America should be. Yep, we need to get the government out of farm. Why is our food on the stock market? That I have a big question for. I still think if I had a dairy, if I was being told right now I have to dump my milk, or if the milk was at 12 or 15 bucks a hundred, instead of going bankrupt, I would just be opening that valve and selling milk to the neighbors. And if any government that says it's illegal for you to sell food to your neighbor because they weren't involved, needs to be taken down. It's that simple. That division of the government needs to have their ass handed to them and put back to who's in charge here, who pays whose salary. That's what needs to happen. And this I don't know. People are celebrating cheap oil right now. You're gonna regret it. People celebrating this their first couple weeks off of work. Everybody thinks it's funny. You're gonna regret it. That this is gonna come back to bite us in the ass. If I was a small business owner and I was deemed non-essential, I would be a speakeasy. Doesn't matter if it's a print shop. If I print T-shirts and the government says, well, you're non-essential, I would be reaching out to my community like, hey, I would be going door to door. Like, do you need a T-shirt printed or any clothing or anything I have to offer? I will just bring it to you. You give me cash and away we go. And I would keep my business open. I would not have mortgaged my house to help start me a small business only to have a government, not a bad economy, not bad management decisions, a government tell me my business isn't important enough to stay open and now it's going to go bankrupt. Not on my watch. No way, no how would that happen. Screw that noise. Or maybe you just be like, okay, the government wants it this way, bankruptcy. What's going to happen? Who's going to pick up the bill when this thing ends and there's all these bankruptcies being filed? Maybe that'll never happen. I don't know. But who's going to pay that? Banks, I guarantee. You ever see a bank have a bankruptcy sale? Not very often. And so, I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling here, guys. I did this early in the morning, so I was half tired, so I didn't get too wound up. I've deleted this about 30 times over the last several weeks because I do it in the evening when I get home, and I'm going a million miles an hour, and yeah. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you see going on? And what are your thoughts? All right, guys. Thanks for watching.